That's right. That's right. It's another podcast with your boy, your favorite cousin, Bill. This is the Drunk Banthas channel. This is Nerds at Night channel. And you're watching or listening to the Bantha Bunch Show. Let's go. 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 Yeah, like I said, it's another fucking podcast with your boy Bill. Your favorite cousin. Let's step like this. Let's step like this. Like this. I like this. I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. Hey, what up, Lil Frothy? What up, Lil Frothy? Emoji. Lil Frothy. Got emojis. Lil Frothy. Yo, I'm really actually kind of sick. Yeah, but I'm up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm up for y'all. But seriously, I'm feeling pretty rough. But we're gonna keep it going. It don't matter. What up, Banthas? What up, my Banthas? Shout out to everybody out there that's watching, trickling in here on YouTube and on Twitter. We got so much shit going on. I cannot wait to get into it, man. This is the Bantha Bunch Show, and tonight we're gonna be talking about Yacht Rock, baby. Yacht Rock. A documentary on HBO. Yes, it is going down. What up, fam? Fifth Bantha says, what up, fam? What up, now? You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. How y'all doing, Thanks for everybody watching last week. The little Thanksgiving special that we did. It was, the 90s, top 10 90s animated theme song. And it was a fucking hit. It was a blast. So many of y'all watched. I'm so glad that y'all took that time to kick it with us live in the chat. I was in the chat, but the episode was pre-recorded. So yeah, first time we did that on the Bantha Bunch Show. So shout out to y'all for checking that out, man. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best. Nobody is better than you guys. You're the best. No one's better. No one's better than you. Everyone tries, but no one is better than you. You're the Banthas everywhere are better fans than anyone else. Anyone else anywhere.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cat.
What up, y'all? What up, man? Shout out to everybody. Fifth Bantha says, gonna be talking about the soundtrack of my youth. That's right. Today we're gonna be talking about the 70s, 80s. Scott Walker says, shout out to Scott Walker. Scott Walker says, how you got my friend? How you got my friend? I got some very interesting news about Scream 7. Matthew Lillard say I'm not in Scream 7. Even if I was, I'll be lying to your face. Does that give us a clue he's in the movie or not? Well, let me tell you something, Scott. That's the easiest crime you've ever solved on Nerds at Night. I'm telling you that right now. That's the easiest crime you ever gonna solve on Nerds at Night. Because, yeah, he's telling you he's in it, right? Remember that, what's his name? golly, I can't remember the kid's name or dude's name. What is his name? I can't remember his name, but anyway, he was Spider-Man, and then he came and he did the Spider-Man, but he said he wasn't gonna be in Spider-Man. He was like, I don't know what everybody's saying. Man, yeah, I think that's what one of those situations. One of those situations. Look, don't be telling. You know what? I was about to say something as a joke, but then you're gonna think it was real. She said, Little Frothy says, well read. Yo, Scott says, excuse me. Fifth Bantha says, yo, Scott, what up? What up, Scott? Scott getting love. People like the question. The question was pretty good. Shout out to everybody who is watching right now. I really appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We we can't do any of this without you. I mean, honestly, we still do regular jobs before we do this. So I really appreciate y'all watching. It really means the world to us. But if you could just like or comment, keep us up with in the chat, share with your cousins or your auntie or your grandma. That's how we get paid around here. We try not to do no ad reads or nothing like that. No promoting nothing. We try not to do that. So, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us and contributing. Oh, I forgot to retweet the show. But yeah, so today we're talking about HBO's documentary, Yacht Rock documentary. Oh, forgot to introduce my co-host. Co-host, Producer P. Hey, you good? Penny, you good? All right. Y'all know Penny. She's here. Just want to make sure y'all know she's here. But yeah. Today we're talking about the Yacht Rock documentary on what you call it, HBO. Now, I gotta say this. HBO has been killing it lately with the documentaries. Sometimes they'll put one out and it's whack. But I'd say the last 22, 32 weeks, they've been really good at it. And the reason I say 32 weeks is because this is episode 49. So that means we've been doing this show for 49 weeks. Because we don't miss a fucking day over here. You see what I'm saying? We don't miss days over here at the Bantha Bunch. So yeah, I would say HBO's been killing it on the documentary front for at least the last 32 weeks. And like I said, sometimes there's a lull. It can get a little slow, a little boring or pointless or redundant. Like a redundant one that I would say is about to come out, for instance, is the Christopher Reeves documentary that's going to be out on HBO. That's a little redundant to me because we've got so many bios and whatever. And I feel like it's a little bit, there's more interesting things to do, maybe. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me, though. I'm not a harsh critic, but I am a critic, right? So anyway, Bill Simmons is the producer of this doc. What's up, Doc? Oh, that was terrible. You guys, you shouldn't let me get away with saying crazy shit like that. That was really bad. Matter of fact, that was really bad. I give myself this. Yeah, that's how I feel about my jokes right now. Usually, I'm funnier when I'm sick. So we'll see. I am doing a lot of stuff right now, multitasking. So maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it'll take a lot out of me to try to be funny today. But the point's not to be funny, right? Who's trying to be funny? We're just trying our best to hang out with each other, right? On a Thursday at 8 p.m., 15 p.m. Pacific time. Every Thursday. We don't miss no days. So anyway, check me. This Yacht documentary, like I said, produced by Bill Simmons, who's been killing it. We've seen some of those. It's off the Music Box series on HBO. It's been this documentary is about yacht rock. Y'all know what that is? Yacht rock is a genre of music. It's really not a genre of music to me, because I just call it music. But actually, you know what? I'm a lying ass motherfucker, man. Because what we used to call it in the hood is blue eye soul. When I was growing up, this shit was called blue eye soul, you know? But some of y'all may be familiar with groups like Steely Dan and the Doobie Brothers and Toto, Michael McDonald. Well, these are all guys who were, and they're all guys. It's so weird. But anyway, these were all, I guess it's not weird, right? What am I talking about? I'm fucking weird. I'm weird. So anyway, this is like a scene that was kind of created and developed in the LA area because, oh, we'll let them tell it. It's a scene that developed because they had this want to merge jazz and fuse it with pop because they wanted to be pop musicians and they wanted to make it big in songwriting and make it huge in the studio so they could get studio work as session players. So, but if you ask me, I would say they was straight appropriating music so that they could get it and then fucking make this money, which I'm not saying that is a bad thing that they did. I'm not saying that they are culture vultures. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. No, not at all. I'm saying that they were highly influenced by a certain group of a certain type of music that wasn't really getting, well, they were highly influenced by a certain type of music. And then once that type of music once they were able to express that type of music physically on their own, they started writing that type of music on their own and became a bigger version of what they, in certain instances, becoming bigger than the music that even inspired them. Now, so I'm not going to say, there's just no way to say the whole long ass shit that I just said in a shorter way other than saying appropriation. So just so y'all know, I'm not trying to be a dick or fucking take any, I'm not saying like anybody took nothing from nobody necessarily. I'm just saying, you know, there's no other word to use other than appropriation. What up, James Morgan? I'm just seeing this chat just blowing up a little bit. So shout out to James Morgan. Shout out to Film Age. What up? It's all up. Film Age says, what up, Bill? What up, everybody? And James Morgan said hello at Fifth Bantha. What was I about to say? Cheers, Bill. He says cheers. Jay said cheers, but cheers. And you know what? First person to say cheers to me, I gotta take a sip of water. You see, we play drinking games here, but they're always healthy. and I drink water, and then I chase it with OJ because I don't like the taste of water. So I drink my water with my OJ because I get a chaser. See? And then that way, why is it in this glass? It's in this glass because I'm a conservationist. And I think you should stop using so much plastic. This is plastic, but it's only, I reused it. So anyway, cheers. Cheers to all y'all. So take a drink with me. Take a drink with me. Oh, and I know that's not the kind of cheers you were saying, or at least I think James is at it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, where James is at. So good morning. Welcome to the Bass Show in late night / morning, wherever you are in the world. Whew, that water. Ooh, that water. Yeah, take a shot. Man, where was I? Oh, so do y'all know what Yacht Rock is? Y'all know Michael McDonald and all them niggas? Do y'all know? Are y'all familiar with that? Or is that like just I'm old? Well, back in the day, back in the day. This shit's older than me, man. I don't even know. Look, I'm gonna tell you how my experience was with Yacht Rock. That's what I should do. I'm gonna tell you what my experience was when I first found out about Yacht Rock. Damn it. When I found out about Yacht Rock, man, I was like the term Yacht Rock, I should say, because these songs, I grew up with these songs. So it's not like these songs, hearing them like changed anything. Like as far as, I'm so shocked to have found out about these songs. That's not how it was for me, really. I just feel like the term Yacht Rock, I didn't hear until about 2014, man. 2014, 2015. I'm just saying, never heard that term before until around then. I don't know how I avoided it. I am, full disclosure, I'm 38. So I was around during the MySpace era when this started kind of becoming a thing. But I didn't know it was so huge until, like, as far as people calling it Yacht Rock, until about 2015. Now the reason that I knew or heard about this is because I got homies who used to do this show that they used to do called, what am I saying? Used to do this show that they used to do. What the fuck kind of shit is that? That is some terrible broadcasting, real professional stuff going on here. But they used to do this show that they took on the road where they would do yacht rock songs, what people consider yacht rock songs, but they would do them like in a rap style, and they would do it as like a parody, and then they would do it with ski masks on. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So like so the ski masks was really like a menacing look to people who were singing these yacht rock songs. If y'all know what I'm talking about, then y'all know it's hilarious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google the shit and then listen to it, Apple Music it or whatever, and then come back and then be laughing, okay? Because it's ridiculous. Now, what I haven't told you yet is that your boy went and did the same shit with those same homies. I did some shows with those guys, and it was really fun. Me and Alex, Jedi Master Grayson, so it was really dope. Shout out to Mr. Dope America. Shout out to Paranorm. Shout out to Paranorm.
Solo, silo, CC, stay style, great. Style, stilo, stay low, style, live, state.
Shout out to Paranorm.
CC, stay style, great. Solo, silo.
That's the dude. That's the homie. That's the homie. And he's the one who introduced me to the term yacht rock.
Style, stilo, stay low, style, live, state. Solo, silo, CC, stay style, great. Style.
That term still doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That term doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And I mean, I just call them the songs that I grew up with. And I hereby denounce the term yacht rock here on the Drunk Bantha's channel, here on Nerds at Night, and here on X Elon Musk, you bitch. I hereby declare that yacht rock is no longer a term that should be used. And I condemn it here, right here on this channel. You goddamn right. I'm too hype about it. I'm too serious. And I'm really fucking upset. You know what? Lil Frothy said, music. It's music. It's fucking music. And it already had a term. That wasn't, what is the word I'm looking for? Pejorative? It had a term. It was called Blue-Eyed Soul. People loved it. That AM vibe, that easy listening. You know what I mean? That kind of music that made people want to slap cheeks. You know, this this documentary kind of pissed me off when it got to that part, what as far as that part was concerned. But it wasn't the documentary's fault, So that's what I realized. So that's what 30 seconds in, I'm like, fuck this shit, man. Fuck yacht rock, man. But I didn't have anything to fucking talk about tonight. So I had to watch something. And we had to talk about something. So we talking about yacht rock, right? So I'm listening and I'm watching. And then I come to find out that's not really what the documentary is about, right? The documentary is about the music. The identity of yacht rock isn't the title or the name of this new name for the genre. The identity of it is based in the music, and that's what they basically stayed on. But what's his name? George Donald. That nigga was not. He was not trying to hear it. He. I'm gonna find his quote. I'm gonna play his quote in a second. But yeah, he was not hearing it. Shout out to Kevin. My neighbor Kevin was telling me he heard this one quote that I'm gonna play here in a minute. But I was like, damn, I haven't gotten to that part yet. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. And sure enough, it hadn't happened. He spoiled it for me. So spoiler alerts when you're talking to your friends. But yeah, shout out to you, Kevin. You were right. So yeah, yacht rock is just music. It's just music. It's music, though, classified in this way. The reason yacht rock is because the musicians who are considered yacht rock all worked together and or worked on a lot of the same projects or projects that are similar for other artists as session players. So you would open up back in the day, you'd get your damn, I actually had a book right over here earlier, but you get your little CD and it have like a or your well, even CDs, but back then tapes and 45 vinyls 45s and you would open up the liner and then they'd have this lyric sheet or they'd have the lyrics on the cover here, and then they'd have all the names of everybody who was on each song, and you would read who was on each song, and you'd be like, damn, that's the bass player who was on Watate or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so yacht rock comes basically from that culture in LA that took place in the late 70s, mid to late 70s. It was a time of musically, it was a time period of exploration. A lot of people were easing into that black culture. Like what I mean by that is in the 60s and the 50s, musically, it was, you had to sneak and listen to the music that you wanted to listen to. You had to sneak and listen to Little Richard. You had to sneak and listen to Parliament and you had to sneak and listen to Ray Charles because they considered it the devil music or really just nigger music. I doubt very much that they called it the devil music too much. Not any more than, they did with Kiss. I really believe people heard nigger music more than they heard devil music. That's just, those are the kind of thoughts I have. I don't know if it's true, but I just know it is, I don't have proof, but I just know it's true. But anyway, they wouldn't allow you to listen to that music at the time. So then you get into the 70s. So think about this. The people who were in middle school, in elementary school, in high school, in the 50s, in the 60s, now you get in the 70s, these people are now in college, in high school, in middle school, adults, have kids, work at the factory, something, you know what I'm saying? Like they're older. So it was becoming, and it was also civil rights movement has pushed through this new era, and there are people who feel like more comfortable to listen to black music. That's what I'm trying to explain. So with that advent, or excuse me, with the advent of that, you had more and more white kids listening to it because not only the cool white kids can listen to it, but the nerdy white kids can listen to it too. You know what I'm saying? Like when nerdy white kids get a hold of it, that's when you start getting musicians, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to make anybody, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm just saying the nerdy black kids are playing this music, and then the nerdy white kids pick up on it and they start getting influenced by it and they start making the same music, right? This is how it works. You do shit and you get it. And the reason I say nerdy, because musicians are nerds, and I'm a musician. That is a guitar back there. I have a studio over here. I am an engineer, and I've basically been playing music for the better part of 33 years at the very least. I've been playing music. So done shows for over 20 years. So just so you know, I'm not coming from a place of, just talking out of my ass over here. But anyway, with that comfortability, like I said, came the advent of these musicians, and these musicians like Michael McDonald and others, man, they was like, man, I fuck with this. I'm going to start fucking with, like, they needed to go get them a Fender Rhodes because they could hear people like Stevie Wonder jamming that Fender Rhodes out, baby. And it's just is giving them that pop and that jam, and they can hear how people are formulating words, putting words in places musically that aren't necessarily supposed to be considered the right way or musical in the culture that they're from. But it works because it's in our culture, in the African American culture, like we put things in different places because we have different rhythmic upbringings when it comes to music. Okay. So all that to say, white people dance like this. Black people dance like this. No, I'm joking. But I just realized that basically all I did was do white people do this and black people do that. But it was very scientific and based off of music theory, So don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Yes. You get me, bro. I'm not racist. I just talk a lot on TV. I'm looking at the chat. Fifth Bantha says, so you have to watch the whole first hour of the doc to get to years I was alive. Yeah, basically. Okay, yeah, I'm not reading all y'all having personal conversations. That's great. I appreciate it. Y'all got it. I see laughing emojis, and y'all keeping it popping in there, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But like watching this documentary, I did feel like they did a pretty good job of what would I say? They did a pretty good job of like explaining that they definitely were influenced by like Earth, Wind and Fire and Stevie Wonder and James Brown and other musicians and session players that were coming up through the years. They definitely made sure to explain that. But there's one thing that they didn't do. They didn't. Well, first, before I get to that, I just want to play this part right here. Hold on a second. Ooh. Sorry.
Gorgeous.
Uh-oh. See, I messed up. I told y'all that the sickness is real. I'm a little bit out of it, but I got it.
With hip changes, great melodies, great harmonies, everything, man.
Whiskey A Go-Go and Carole King and James Taylor, Laurel Canyon, the Eagles. And then on top of that, Motown had moved to Southern California in the early 1970s.
So that means we've got Stevie Wonder. Now we're getting into R&B.
Well, there's a lot of elements to Proto Yacht. Stevie Wonder and Earth, Wind and Fire, who are doing incredible forward-thinking things with their music. And another element was jazz fusion, the Crusaders, Herbie Hancock. These were the guys that were early adapters of the Fender Rhodes electric piano. That's sort of the backbone of the yacht rock sound.
Then we got Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell never lied.
Stuff to using jazzers.
Then there's Seals and Crofts, who were becoming more studio perfectionists and bringing in guys like David Paich and Jeff Beccaro, who were bringing in more complex ideas.
Jeff Beccaro, Toto.
Steely Dan's sound out into their own projects, incorporated into everything else that they're doing. It widens the sonic palette of the Los Angeles music scene and all this other stuff that's kind of bubbling under the surface. This all comes together into this group of all different kinds of artists that got melodic.
And so, yeah, they point out there, like I was saying, that they were very much so influenced by the funk and the jazz of the black culture, and Steely Dan was that, right? And then you have all of the different bands that these guys fucked with each other all over that time period, you know, and that's what creates the yacht rock sound, you know. I'd say, I want to get to that part that I was talking about to y'all earlier. Oh, yeah. This is at the end. So, yeah. Oh, man, I damn near nailed it. Here we go.
See what Donald Fagen says about yacht rock radio. To make all of our music into like a big joke, but it's turned into this cottage industry. It's like, I mean, I'd love to see what Donald Fagen says about yacht rock radio.
Hello, Mr. Fagen.
Yeah, this is he.
Yeah, hi. This is Garrett. I'm the one making this yacht rock documentary. Yeah, so I've been talking to a lot of people that have played with you and Steely Dan over the years, and I was wondering if you'd sit down with me and talk about your music in this genre.
And what genre is that?
Yacht rock.
Oh, yacht rock. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Oh, man. Yeah, I got his name wrong earlier, but you get the idea. These guys only once do they give the people the credit that they needed, that, you know, that were influenced, they were influenced by, which I'm not mad at. That's enough for me. My problem is in when they didn't really try to explain, like, there were way more yacht rock bands than just theirs, you know, like way more, and they didn't even bring them up until they brought up one or two. I think they only brought up one, and then when they did, it was all about 30 seconds, and it was probably about 28 minutes into the document. No. There was only 28 minutes left in the documentary when it happened. Let me see if I can get to it.
We weren't used to getting.
Michael McDonald getting that shit. You don't know nothing about that. I can't let that play because I can't forget.
White rock musicians essentially making R&B music. And some of them get played on black radio, but also there are some black artists who...
Hold on, let me go back now, because see, I want to play that. I want that part to be heard, but I gotta not play this goddamn song. Here we go.
You have these white rock musicians essentially making R&B music. And some of them get played on black radio, but also there are some black artists that in order to get radio play at a time of great segregation in the music industry,
I don't agree with this.
Able to do adult contemporary music.
Just so you know,
oftentimes
they were already making the music.
It with like white groups and white songwriters and producers, but I know more black yacht rock than I do traditional yacht rock. Al Jarreau.
That's the voice of Questlove, by the way. Voice of Questlove.
Groups and white songwriters and producers.
That's he trying to tell you.
More black yacht rock than I do traditional yacht rock. Al Jarreau's music, yacht rock. Pointer Sisters, Slow Hand, Yacht Rock. George Benson, Turn Your Love Around. Like, that's Yacht Rock.
Let me
traditional.
Let me go back because he just clapped on y'all right there. Okay. And look, I'm telling you, this is the only part of this goddamn documentary that's even doing this, that's even talking about this. And why weren't they in the documentary? Why didn't we go get these people or talk to people who were on those albums? Or I'm gonna let it play.
Rock. Al Jarreau's music, Yacht Rock. Pointer Sisters, Slow Hand, Yacht Rock. George Benson, Turn Your Love Around. Like, that's Yacht Rock.
Turn your love around. Don't you turn me down.
Boy, stop. We gonna get killed. Y'all know that's Yacht Rock. Come on. Turn your love around.
Right, who goes pop, and just the act of doing that makes Yacht Rock.
Hold on, I got to the wrong part.
George Benson is an example of a jazz guy who goes pop, and just the act of doing that makes Yacht Rock.
Because Yacht Rock is just jazz pop.
The kind of careers that they'd like to be able to cross over.
And so, yeah, that part I don't like. How they keep trying to make it like people just crossed over because they started, like black people who crossed over because they started playing yacht rock music after the white man started playing it. Like, no, we started playing it. They started playing our shit. And then we got famous because they were playing our shit. And it was like putting people into that world where they had to then seek out that information and seek out more of that music. And they didn't just want to listen to motherfucking Michael McDonald all the goddamn time. They had to go fucking listen to where the source was at. And that's why you had these motherfuckers listening to George Benson. Now, the other thing that they don't want to mention is that the reason that yacht rock exists is the advent of technology, synthesizers and all this shit, and computers. Yes, they were computers in the 70s. And then the way the boards worked was all changing. All this stuff is changing, right? And is moving fast. Okay? Guitars are changing. Technology was moving us into a situation where you would have this new genre of music, easy listening, R&B, pop music, jazz, pop, R&B music, you know, however you want to put it. But some people consider, like, I say Bill Withers has some yacht rock hits. You know, what would be considered yacht rock? Shaka Khan. Now, they show these people's pictures. Grover Washington Jr. They show these people's pictures, but they don't ever actually put them on, like, in an interview setting. They never talk about their music. They don't associate them with yacht rock when it comes to this documentary, or like they focus on how it really is about these white folks who it's about Michael McDonald. It's not about any of these other people. And it didn't happen before Michael McDonald. I love Michael McDonald. I just don't think that this documentary does a good job of explaining how things really work. And I do like how it's a melancholy situation. It's like this documentary doesn't know what it wants to be, because they definitely show black folks love. But why don't they interview none of those people? They just interview Michael McDonald, and they just, like, Stevie Wonder is alive. Like, they could have interviewed him for this, because Stevie Wonder has yacht rock hits, just so you know. Like, so for those people to say that they're influenced by them, and then for you not to really put them in the documentary, really, I feel like that's kind of fucked up. You know, and I'm not going to stay on it too tough and, you know, harp on them too hard, because it's not, you know, It's not that big of a deal. But I just want everybody to know that that is where they're messing up this documentary. You know, no, you can't just say that you want to shout out these people at the end of the documentary, basically, when you should have had them people in the document. Shaka Khan should have been in this documentary. Shaka Khan, Rufus should have been in this documentary. It's not right when you know Toto's contribute to a lot of black songs, black music, black artists, albums. Like, they've produced so many records. They've been on, each one of those guys have been on over 2,000 records, like songs. Like, that's insane. Just so y'all know, Toto did all of Thriller. They were basically the entire Thriller. They wrote songs on Thriller. They played instruments. They was there. They was the whole thing, basically. And yeah, man, some of the best musicians of all time. But I just feel like it wasn't enough love given to, you know, the others, the peers, their influencers. Their influences are still alive. And the people who they influenced, or the people who were their peers, are still alive. And I don't think it was fair for them not to interview them. Now, of course, everybody ain't still alive, but you know what? Same on both sides. Just feel like they did this as disservice. This is a disservice. Let's see what the chats are talking about here. Okay, too late. Yeah. James says, yeah, I have a feeling they were prompting a playlist from a corporate sponsor. Yeah, I wouldn't feel that was too bad. Hey, Lil Frothy. Thank you. Lil Frothy sent over a little cashy. She sent over a little money, Lil Frothy. Shit. Yeah, thanks for your $20 contribution. Oh, wrong button. Thank you. Thank you. She said, I hope you feel better. Oh, that's sweet. I am about to take another shot. Will you have one with me? Another shot of water. Oh, man. Yeah, it's like this big fucking fuck job of corporate hard throbbing cock. Sorry. I've been watching a lot of Deadwood lately, and my language has become atrocious. It is not becoming of a gentleman of my stature, and I do apologize that you have heard me disgrace myself in such a way. You know, I think all you could get to drink back in the day was whiskey. Because that show sure as fuck, they drink a lot of fucking whiskey on that show. It's crazy. What was I about to say? Woo! That was a big old gulp of water. But one thing I do want to say is that these musicians were never in a situation where they were they never were in a situation where they were they seemed like they were forgetting that they were influenced by all these people, blase. Like, that wasn't the case at all. I feel like I feel like they, I harbor no ill will towards them, and I feel like they are very well aware of how much they were influenced. Let me put this thing up with Thundercat. By the way, shout out to Haley Joe Osment and shout out to Emily Osment. They once thought I was a Thundercat in the club one time, and then we became best friends. It was fun, but they're from Birmingham, Alabama. Well, their family's from Birmingham, so shout out to them. But
you lucky son of a! If you got
this is Thundercat talking.
These artists, they just provided the soundtrack of our lives, and then suddenly all that changed. Where not only did you have to sound a certain way, you had to look a certain way.
This is it.
And so, yeah, they're talking about the advent of the music video.
Welcome to MTV Music Television, the world's first 24-hour stereo video music channel.
That's right. Music. You're out of here, music. We need videos. No, man. It was the radio that was
artists
boring.
of MTV era, Prince,
we
Madonna, Michael Jackson.
Oh, well, you know what? This lady, she gonna make it. She gonna
with the visual and who can be a rock star changes.
Artists of the MTV era, Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson, they were visually astounding. You couldn't take your eyes off them.
That's right. Can't take your eyes off me. Can't take your eyes off Mike. You couldn't take your eyes off them cheeks. The cheeks, Prince cheeks. Booty. Couldn't take your eyes off it. Yeah.
So I think there was this sense of music becoming a more multidimensional enterprise. And I think a few yacht rock artists probably got left behind.
Because them niggas was ugly.
How'd you feel about making music videos for MTV at that time?
That's right. Video killed the radio star. It's really fucking real, y'all. That song is about yacht rock. Killed their ass. Fucking out of here. Christopher, what's the nigga's name? Christopher Simmons or Christopher Stevens? What's your name? Yeah, what was this? Fat fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking, come on. We gonna act like Michael McDonald ain't a ugly motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here. Like, come on, man. We gonna act like these guys was Steve Protocus? Man, get that nigga out of here. Steve from Toto, he was an ugly motherfucker. These are some ugly motherfucking white dudes. And it's okay. I'm not saying anything. Even one of the dudes said that he felt like he was a silent movie star, and then the talkies were being introduced. I mean, it's very, very true. That's a very accurate way of putting it. Like some people just got with the program though and made it work. Some of the people just made it work. Like some musicians is what I'm trying to say. It was hard. It's hard though.
Music and not listen to it anymore,
You didn't have to be great looking to be on MTV, but you did need to have an interesting look.
That's a lie. You had to look good. They will show no ugly people.
MTV. Was he a matinee idol? No, but he played along.
Hold on, I do want to play that part because
or to be deadpan or have a wink. Phil Collins was a huge star on MTV. Was he a matinee idol? No, but he played along. Cyndi Lauper was a gorgeous woman who went far out of her way to make herself look weird and crazy. So the videos become bigger, funnier, more colorful, and there are bands that want to play along with this.
And so, yeah, some people got with the program and fucking started being entertaining, like just be clever or, just make a music video, really is what it was. Michael McDonald made a music video. That shit was so fucking boring. Motherfucker just like holding on to some bitch while he is fucking illuminated behind him and shit. Some satin shit. You know what I mean? That shit's whack. No, nobody want to see that shit. But then you know what happened.
Artists off the pop charts.
Michael Jackson is back in action with his new album, Thriller.
The motherfucker killed it. Mike came in and killed it. Can you imagine? Hold on. First of all, that was from a real commercial. That was from a real commercial, y'all. Y'all ever heard of that? That was a Michael Jackson commercial for Thriller. That really happened.
Charts.
Michael Jackson is back in action with his new album, Thriller.
Can you imagine you're a musician and you just heard you've been hearing that Toto has been working with Michael and fucking Quincy Jones? Man, I'd just go ahead and quit. It's like, this shit ain't never gonna happen.
Studio a year and a half ago, and it worked. This kind of a thing only happens as a reaction of what the world wants, I think.
In a lot of ways, Thriller was Michael Jackson's transactional commercial album.
Yeah, transactional commercial album. I just don't like this nigga, man. This is, first of all, I keep saying I don't like this nigga. It's a black guy who is giving this opinion. He's giving this like black scholar opinion about what was happening in this documentary. And then, you know what? It's like the documentary is good. And then they say stupid shit like that. Michael Jackson was fucking Michael Jackson. Like, what is this motherfucker talking about? Like, Off the Wall was fucking huge. What is this dude talking about? So the frustration is real. Just so y'all know, the frustration is real.
Also brought in David Page and Jeff Beccaro. So now you've got almost the entire band of Toto working with Quincy Jones to back up Michael Jackson on a lot of the tracks. But Quincy,
that's cheating.
Special song to finish off the album.
Now see, yeah, Toto wrote that song, man. Can you understand? Oh my God.
And no one jumped up and down and said, boy, did you knock one out of the park. But Quincy heard it accidentally and just, I think, loved the atmosphere, which is always what I've kind of been about. What was great is he let me reproduce my demo for the most part.
Can't play it just in case it might get flagged, even though it's not the same. You guys should go check out the documentary if you want to hear it, because I can't play it here, my guy. I can't play it here. Definitely gonna get flagged. This whole live, this whole video, this whole live stream is just gonna get demonetized. I'm trying to tell you. So please like, please subscribe. Cause yeah, we're gonna get fucked on this one. Playing a lot of songs. And that's how you get canceled on YouTube. But hold on, I do want to play. Is this guy right here? Is he saying what I think?
This album will be a little more plaintive. It'll be like maybe simpler in places. There may be songs without drums or whatever. And
so yeah, these guys are going through it when they get to the advent of music video. They really just kind of start struggling a lot.
Keep coming.
Vast many ways.
Hopefully it'll be worth their wait.
Radio had been embracing my first album across formats, and they sort of decided I was a balladeer at that point.
Yeah, so yeah, like they have been all basically relegated to being just ballad musicians. Like, hey, them guys put out the ballads. And it's not until like the 90s that it starts becoming more of a hold on a second. these songs start becoming more considered like that yacht rock mentality. You start having that group of kids who were growing up in the early 80s listening to this music with their parents and singing down on road trips with their parents and shit like that. And those kids started going to record stores and picking up their $1 record bin stuff and putting it on their vinyl and rocking out to them old, easy listening AM Blue-Eyed Soul. You know, but then those people, that culture, they turn that into what we now call yacht rock. And that's basically the whole documentary. Shout out to Kenny Loggins, though. Is that not Kenny Loggins? Did Kenny Loggins do Danger Zone? Somebody put it in the comments. I need my comment warriors right now. With our powers combined, I need to know if Kenny Loggins did Danger Zone. If he did, speak now or forever hold your peace. Or, well, even if he didn't, like, tell me, because I need to know. Please tell me if that's the same person who did Danger Zone, because I don't have the ability to look it up right now. Gers and Purrs, welcome to the show. Gers and Purrs says, hey lovelies, I'll just be here in the background lurking, listening while I do some post-edit ish. Just interviewed an author and I am beat. I don't know how you have the energy, Bill. Hustle is real. Yes. We were just talking about that. Shout out to you. Shout out for the interview. Shout out. Oh, hold on. You want to see my fucking big ass hair, the fucking hairline all the way back here, big ass bulbous head. Yeah, congratulations on the interview. Hope that went well. And congratulations to me. I'm doing this show, doing it pretty sick. But you know, who cares? And this is episode 49. 49 weeks, baby. 49 weeks to be with y'all, man. That's great. This is amazing. Which makes calm down, y'all. Calm down. It reminds me. Oh, Gers and Purr said, yes, Kenny did Danger Zone. Let me tell y'all something. Motherfucking Kenny Loggins does Danger Zone, right? I just tried to sing it and I can't. And it's very sad because I'm goddamn sick and it's very sad. And I'm sad. Fall into the danger zone. Said fall into the danger zone. Yeah. Danger zone. Danger zone. Yeah. I'm faded. James said, yep, you're West Coast, I take it, Bill. I'm in the West Coast. I'm on the West Coast, but I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. But I was born in Detroit and moved to Birmingham when I was like 4. Yeah. I was still in daycare age. Code blue. No, I'm okay. It's code D for Danger Zone. That's a shout out to me. for being able to sing Danger Zone, the rendition. Yeah, that was I felt it. I felt it, and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're going to make it through this fucking episode. But anyway, this documentary, I have decided it gets a B+. It was good. It was great at times, but was it great at times because it was great at times, or was it great at times because it was nostalgia? They're playing the fucking best records of all time and shit. I'm feeling it. I'm like, let's go. But not one time do they mention Kenny Loggins did Danger Zone. They never played Danger Zone. Kenny Loggins is in the motherfucking documentary. Do you not consider Danger Zone yacht rock? I guarantee you it's played at the Yacht Rocks. By the way, there's Yacht Rock, like fucking, what do you call it? Karaoke parties and shit. Because my homies were not the only ones to do that. No. And I wasn't the only person to participate. But we didn't do fucking, what do you call it? We didn't do the little captain hats. They do the little fucking captain hats. It's so dumb. It's dumb. They do the captain hats, the cap, and we did ski masks. That's way harder. We did ski masks. We was robbing you after we finished our show, you know? But yeah, man, shout out to all of the Yacht Rock guys. But like the musicians who are considered that, or considered as such, but I do fall under the mindset of, you know, the whole mindset of like
Yacht Rock.
Oh, Yacht Rock. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
That's how I feel. I'm on the Donald Fagen side of things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Yacht Rock. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I wish I could just get that. I just did that so that hopefully when I cut this down and I can make it into a short, hopefully that'll be in there. Right? Hopefully that'll like cut just perfect and we can get that in there. Oh man, that would be dope. James Morgan says, I was going to ask if you think Duran Duran were up there for you on that yacht. Yes, Duran Duran, I will put them up in the yacht. Come on up here. Come on up here, Duran Duran. We gonna put you in the yacht. He said, I'm really trying to bait him. No, don't bait anybody. But Duran Duran, yeah, no. I'm definitely putting Duran Duran in. I like Duran Duran. Who don't like Duran Duran? I'm a real musician, bro. I fuck with every team, man. I just feel like there was people missing. And it's unfortunate, like in this documentary, I just feel like there's people missing. This is very unfortunate that it happens to be my people. This also is very unfortunate. It happens to be the people who created the type of music these people, you know, that they covered, you know, also did, you know. So no shade to anybody. But my question is, would you put the Police up there? Do you fuck with the Police, James? And I know Talking Turd be watching sometimes and don't say nothing. So if you're watching right now, Talking Turd, do you fuck with the Police? See, Talking Turd's in Mexico. Shout out to Mexico. So he on my time, most likely. Actually, I think he's on Central Time. It was late. What was I about to say? Oh man, I gotta say shout out to everybody over at A24 and shout out to everybody at Netflix and shout out to everybody over there at Neon. And also shout out to all of our new subscribers. Damn, y'all keeping this going. I'll tell you. Right now, we have been like teetering, tottering with the subscribers, and you know, we just can't get over that hump. We keep losing a bunch, keep gaining a bunch, keep losing a bunch, keep gaining a bunch. So we're staying we lose 30, gain 30. We lose 10, gain 20. Then we'll lose 30, and then we'll gain 5, but then we'll gain 35, and then we'll lose 1. So we end up staying around the same fucking spot all the time. So make sure y'all please just help us out. Let's try to push this shit. James Morgan said, I always felt the police came from a northern soul place. Yeah, no, we'll see. Yeah, they got the, you know, ska reggae sound mixed with that little pop, and that reggae sound comes out of that like funk jazz. So yeah, let's give it I think it's all the same, right? It's almost all the same. California cannot claim a sound when they have a bunch of transplants making the sound. Now, I will give them this. Toto is from Los Angeles. They're from northern Los Angeles. I mean, North Hollywood area. They in the valley. Actually, they're not even from LA. They in the valley. They in like Pomona or some shit. I don't know. They not it. Fuck out of here. This is my multiple purpose sound. I don't know what should I change it? Should I do something different? Like, is that too much or is it too little? Does it make sense for me to just do it all the time? I don't know. Fifth Bantha said, I don't fuck with the real police, but Gordy and the boys are all right. Jesus is all right with me. That's what that line, like, the boys are all right. That's what that reminded me of. Or the boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. I'm so sick. It's terrible. My voice is terrible. I need to get my ass up out of there with that. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. I sound terrible, man. But anyway, how was y'all's Thanksgiving, man? How was y'all's Thanksgiving? Did y'all get really fucked up? Thanks again to everybody who was watching on Thanksgiving. We did not miss a week. We do not miss days here at the Bantha Bunch show. We don't miss days here at the Bantha Bunch channel. Really? Or Nerds at Night. Not the lives. We work all day. Me and Alex. So, but you will, because it's the holidays, you will get another pre-recorded episode here coming soon. For both the Drunk Banthas podcast and for the Bantha Bunch show here on Thursday. That's because, like Gers and Purge just mentioned, the hustle is real, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of work to get this stuff done. And although I do not mind doing it in any way, shape, or form, I would rather not be doing it on Christmas week. But we do have a little special situation for you guys. That's right. It's on New Year's Eve. The day before New Year's Eve, which is a Monday, will be the Drunk Banthas podcast 200th episode. 200 episodes will be Drunk Banthas podcast 200 episodes. The 200th episode will be on New Year's Eve. 200th episode of the Drunk Banthas podcast on New Year's Eve. 200th episode of Drunk Banthas podcast on New Year's Eve. 200th episode of Drunk Banthas podcast on New Year's Eve. Man, you got to make sure you're there. Please come through. I'm going to do a giveaway on that day. We're going to do giveaway, baby. And it'll be a little random ass thing on StreamYard. You'll get some free shit. It'll be a fucking blast. Do not fucking play yourself, man. Do not play yourself. Come on out. James Morgan says, congrats, 200. Congrats on 200. Gerson Purse says, 200. Let's get the party ads going. I don't want to ever have one of those actual buttons where you hit the air horn. I don't want one of those ever, because I just hate it in real life. Ugh. Yeah. IRL. I hate the air horn. Yeah, man. 200 episodes. It's a lot. That's a lot, dude. We're only on 49 for this show right now, guys. Think about that. This is a long time coming. I'm really proud of my brother, Alex. He does a lot of the legwork for the Drunk Banthas podcast, in the sense that he's always writing the intros and stuff, taking notes for us to go over the show. Me, myself, I take notes for me, myself, but he takes notes for everybody. So shout out to him. That's been great doing the show with him. And also shout out to Jeff Badel. Fucking love that motherfucker, man. Jeff has been helping us a lot with the with the Drunk Banthas channel and the Drunk Banthas podcast. So shout out to him. And Nerds at Night. Obviously, he helps us with Nerds at Night as well. Excuse me. But the Drunk Banthas podcast, really, right now, is not a podcast. It's not the same podcast. It's not the same show if we don't have Jeff on there. The comic book corner, Jeff's comic book corner has really changed life over there at the Drunk Banthas podcast. So I really appreciate everybody who's been watching, because that is really what it comes down to. Like, we can't do the shit unless you guys are watching with us. James Morgan, so that will be my Tuesday on your Monday night. That is correct. The same, yes. Same way it is now, it'll be then. Same way you watch on Thursday, you'll watch on Monday. And that's the same way for everybody else around the world. I see we got some people in India watching. Shout out to you. But also, I don't know what time period that is. So yeah, basically whatever time you watch this show on Thursday, that's what time you'll want to watch on that Monday. New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. So it might be New Year's Eve for you, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, that's how I meant to say it first. Film Age says, congratulations, dude. 200 videos is crazy. Yeah, man. 200 is crazy. 200 live episodes, baby. And we're coming down the pipe with the Does It Hold Up episodes. Does It Hold Up episodes are going to be getting even bigger soon, man. Doing more. Go out and check out the Does It Hold Up Twister episode. That shit It's great. We did it with Mariana, our good friend Mariana, also known as Morbid Zoo. She is a blast and a half to hang out with. You guys should go do it sometime over there on her channel on YouTube, Morbid Zoo. It's a good time, man. We had a great time doing that shit. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna play a little something from it because damn it, because it's my shit. That's why. Because I can play the shit because it's mine. Here, let's go. I'm gonna try to get to it right now because that's one of my favorite fucking that's one of my favorite movies growing up in the 90s is Twister. Y'all ever seen Twister? And I didn't go see the new one because I was like afraid that it was going to basically be the same thing over and over or fall in love while we're on this disaster movie situation. Yeah, it's great. I didn't want to do that. And also my brother basically told me it was basically the same shit. Like the movie was basically the same as the first one, even though they tried to act like it wasn't at first. But when I listened, if you listen to the whole video, the whole show, we got this dude to admit that he basically admitted that the whole movie was the same as the second movie. Let's see here. Or the whole second movie was the same as the first movie. However, I was trying to say it. Here we go. I'm gonna play this. Crazy. It's like, yo, you see that this dude is all awkward about having to do all this anyway, but you're gonna make her press up on him even harder.
Yeah, you're actively encouraging bad behavior at this point.
It's like, man, if they was gonna do it, let them do it, but don't be like all up in their face,
encouraging it. Jesus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like Sebastian.
Oh man, you took my joke. Damn, I just nudged. I shouldn't have nudged you. See, I nudged him.
Gotta be quicker on the draw next time.
Then I nudged him, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's my turn." Bam.
You didn't see that coming?
But also a very creepy notion that your godfather crab daddy get you hooked up with some dude, keep trying to get you kissed by some dude.
Yeah.
So go on then.
Yeah, that was.
Go ahead, nigga, kiss her. Shit. He's singing it.
You gotta go home.
Kiss her.
Sorry, yeah. But yeah, moving on.
To stay out. It's not her business.
It's not our business.
Mind your fucking
man.
business,
exactly.
Meg.
It's weird. It's creepy. And did we establish if Meg is the mom? Is Meg the mom?
No, Aunt Meg.
Yeah,
Aunt Meg.
Because her parent, did both of her parents
No,
die?
her parents didn't die. We just don't give a fuck about her mom.
They have a strained relationship, I guess.
Yeah, she's a drug addict.
Yeah, they
and
don't
shit.
ever mention her.
Yeah,
is
not
meth,
at all.
Is meth big in Oklahoma?
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
That's all we do there.
There it is. We know what happened to Mama all in. Mama got hooked on meth after Cletus died in the tornado.
Man, I want to see
just gave
like
that nigga a terrible name.
Cletus.
Cletus.
I would love to see the Twister spinoff where it's kind of like the second season of The Wire, where it's just we see what happens with her mom and she's like all strung out.
That should have been the sequel.
Everyone, critics are saying that the franchise has gone off the rails. But yeah, like what happens toward the end? Yeah, we get this what you call it? Proclamation.
Profession?
Yeah, profession.
So yeah, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. It's fucking hilarious. That's all. That's what it is. James said, get a grip on your shit. Laugh out loud. Oh, for sure. Yeah, we hilarious over here. Oh, get that out here. You ain't pay for that. Jose Cuerpo. Y'all ain't paying for nothing. So I'm not talking about y'all. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, so no more ad breaks, no more promotions for myself and my own purposes. What do y'all want me to talk about something specific next week? We can do that. Today I was going to talk about JonBenet Ramsey. But that's a real fucking sad story, bro. That's a sad story, man. I don't know if I got the ability to do that in a way that is classy enough or funny enough. Today, I don't have the ability to be funny enough to talk about the JonBenet Ramsey story. But what I will say about the story is that's funny. I don't have the ability to talk about it because I'm sick. But what I will do is talk about it. And what I will say is that documentary was done pretty well. But it also, if you believe that like her parents did it, then that will not change your mind. And if you don't believe that her parents did it, then that will not change your mind. So they don't have anything that talked about who might have done what. I thought that's what it was going to be about, but you got to be careful with missing people or missing persons documentaries because they're going to be self-serving, because all missing persons cases, if they are still missing, are open cases. Exactly. You're right. See, you knew that. And if an open case is open, then the police can't talk about it, right? So, yeah, those are kind of not documentaries that you're looking to get that kind of information from. This is not a very informative documentary outside of anything that wasn't already known. Like, I mean, if you already knew about this case, there's nothing that was learned. It was a well done documentary. It knew more about what it wanted to do than the Bill Simmons documentary that we just talked about. But it was a very sad story and hard to watch due to the nature of it. Gers and Purrs says, I like you talking about music. I like me talking about music too. It seems very easy to do. James says, so you're the guy who rolls up with a cold. Yeah, I'll roll up with a cold. I'll roll up in the bed. James also says, you could let us know about your favorite gigs. Yeah, my favorite gigs. Huh. That's a good question. I got a couple. And none of them are related. Like, none of the reasons that I like any of these places that I would mention have anything to do with sex. I just loved playing there, and I loved the atmosphere, and when I say sex, I mean sex or strip clubs is really what I was insinuating. It's like, I ain't got nothing to do with the strip clubs or nothing like that. It's really just got to do with the people there. So that's a good one. Might need to do that one day. We did play at the Battle of the Bands, Emergency Battle of the Bands. Should talk about that one day. That was crazy. But, that's a long time ago. That was a long, long time ago. Penny wasn't even born then. You know? Was that weird? If I do this and you can see my arm over there, is that weird? Oh man, I'm faded. Shout out to Robitussin. They really helped me out today. Couldn't have made it through all of this without Robitussin. If I'm going to talk about music, what would I talk about? I guess, you know what? Music is a good subject. And maybe I don't have to limit myself to television. You guys really showed a lot of love. Shout out to everybody who watched the animated series last week. Anybody who watched last week, man, fucking thank you. Y'all killed it. Whew, man, I was thinking that was going to be terrible. But another music-based conversation, I think it might be of our best interest to talk about something musical. Maybe we do the top. No, you know what? For the holidays, that's what we're going to do. Top 10 70s television sitcom theme songs. Just television theme songs. Top 10 70s theme songs. Bam! It's settled. So get ready for that. Because that's going to be cool. Can I get it tight? It's too tight. 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 Get out of here. It's too tight. I don't like it. Let's see here. Anything else that I need to talk to you guys about? Oh, let's see here in the chat. James said, maybe you deserve a treat. Take the rest of the night off. Oh, I'm not taking the rest of the night off. The night has just begun for me. We got so much more to do, you know, so much more to prepare for. I got to prepare for Monday. Got to prepare for this Saturday where we will be recording see, I'm so glad that you said that. See, no nights off. See, we will be recording a episode for y'all. It's going to be it's not top 10. It's the battle of the fake bands. The fake battle of the fake bands. So all the bands from television and movies, we've taken a bracket and we've made our matchups, and we will be putting them head to head. We'll be doing it on Saturday. We'll be recording it on Saturday. You guys won't be able to see it until we put it out, but I can't tell you when. But all I can tell you is that if you're a member, if you've hit the join button, you will get it before everyone else. That's what I can promise you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Josie and the Pussycats, that's a fake band. So Battle of the Fake Bands, that will be taking place sometime soon. And so, yeah, that's why I can't never take a break, dog. Like I would love to take a break, but I can't. But I will be taking a break on the holidays, man. Look, Thanksgiving was beautiful for me. I got the chance to relax, sit, kick it with my family. I wasn't working. I was just, chilling, man. I did jump in the chat on Thursday, but Thursday was just Thursday, baby. I ain't had nothing to do. I just got through eating. I'm good. Laid up and ready to go to sleep. So yeah, it was a good time, and I will make sure to take my time and get some rest on Christmas week. Gers and Purr says there's a book I'm reading next year that's called Black Talk. Excuse me, eyes are dry. There's a book I'm reading next year that's called Black Talk Now by Soft Skull Press, an anthology of contemporary nonfiction, fiction, illustrations, and comics that collectively describe punk today. Black punk now. Got it. Black punk music. Black punk music today is just hip hop. I just feel like these guys today, man, they just be doing the black emo, black punk. But shout out to the first black punk band and what people say, some people say the first punk band ever. The Devil. That's a punk band out of Detroit. And as a man, as a born resident of Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Like I lived in Detroit. I was born in Detroit. As a Detroit native, I will say that, and as a rock musician, to some degree, I played a little punk. You know what? As a rock musician, I fucking hereby claim that Devil is the first punk rock band of all time. You can't tell me no different. And I'm so sorry. I just got zoomed in. Sorry. It got serious. It shouldn't have gotten that serious. You know what? I'm going to take a shot. That's my bad. I shouldn't have got so angry. But y'all ever heard of them? Devil? James said, will you be able to play a little guitar for us? I'm curious. One day. You know what? One day I am going to play a little guitar for y'all on here. Was it Death? It was Death. It was Death, not Devil. Dude, Robitussin is killing me. Shout out to James, man. James, you're saving my life around here, man. Saving me. You're saving my fucking life, dude. You're saving my fucking life. Because, like, right now, I feel like I've been rode hard and laid out and rode hard. No, rode hard and hung dry or hung wet. Hung wet and rode hard and hung dry. I'm all of those things, man. I feel like a fucking James said, Wiki is my friend. Hey, man. Shout out to Wiki. What was I about to say? Oh, no, I had a terrible joke that I was going to say. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, man. Death is the first punk rock band of all time. And I hope that's what it said in the wiki. I hope in the wiki it said first rock band of all time. First punk rock band of all time is Death. Just so you know, everybody out there in the world, black people created all types of American music. Any American music that exists, we created it first. It just got, if it sucks now, it's because they made it suck. No, it probably sucked back then anyway. But seriously, we created it first. They, were able to make money off of it. That's what happens. But so I'm going to take a shot to that because we did it. We did it, y'all. We made it. We finally make hundreds of millions. Y'all have no idea how long musicians were just black, the entertainment was black people and they were slaves, right? Then all of a sudden they were free slaves and they were just on the chitlin circuit or whatever and doing crazy shit, man. Musicians have come a long way, but black musicians have come like eons from where they are now, making hundreds of millions of dollars to play music. It's crazy. So shout out to all the musicians out there. Shout out to all the white ones and the black ones, the Mexicans and the Chinese, and shout out to all of the Haitians.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cat.
Hey, relax. Calm down. Calm down. Jesus. James said 64. Ooh. Sorry, the squeaky is real. 64, 3 young brothers from Haneke who watched the Beatles and thought, we can do that. Hackney. Excuse me, I said Haneke. Haneke is somewhere in fucking Kansas, Kentucky, somewhere here in the States. But yeah, he's saying, James is saying, I'm 64. 3 young brothers from Hackney who watched the Beatles and thought we can do that. We can do that. Yeah, dude, I was he wasn't saying he's 64. I apologize. I just made you old as shit. But James is saying that they were UK born. Yeah, look, I myself. Oh, yeah, you don't know this one, James. You don't know this.
They're
you don't know
eating
this.
the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Trump, baby.
Eat the cat.
Trumpito.
Eat the cat.
I hate this nigga.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs.
But this is hilarious.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
And ABC News did reach out to the city.
I'm gonna have to pay this nigga for this shit.
There have been no credible reports of specific
This is fucking terrible.
harmed, injured, or
Just eat the cat.
within the immigrant.
My dog was.
Oh man, so glad that we can share American culture all over the world, and we can represent ourselves in a way that is held with a high esteem and great reverence. Man, I'm telling you, Deadwood is improving my vocabulary. We're going to talk about Deadwood. So, we're going to talk about Deadwood one day, just so you guys know. So make sure you go check out Deadwood on HBO. It's old as fuck. It's 3 seasons. I'm in season 2. Or actually, I'm just starting season 3 right now. And if you want, we're going to talk about it. I won't talk about it until January. Okay. I won't talk about it until January. We're going to start talking about it, and I'm going to talk about it episode to episode. We're going to talk about it on here. Why? Because I'm bored, but I've been watching this shit, and I think it's crazy. You know what? We're not going to talk about it episode to episode. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Just talk about all 3 seasons, 1 episode, starting in January. So be ready for that. That is going to be a lot of fun. I have been enjoying it. James Morgan said, God damn, so is he a closet rapper? Talking about Donald Trump. No, but we do have closet DJs who like to make a muck of our political process to make us feel better so that we don't feel sad. You know? Oh, this is a good moment for this. I can do that the whole time I talk on here, I feel like. Cheers to you. Cheers to me. Forever Banthas we shall be. James said, well, it is an intellectual pursuit. Yes. Girds and Persons, I feel like someone needs to edit that bop with Lewis from Interview with the Vampire. Ooh. I like it. I like it. I will allow it, actually. But yeah, I think I've gone over everything that I need to go over tonight. Hopefully I'll feel better next week. I mean, I will feel better next week. If I'm not feeling better next week, you won't know. I won't tell you. You'll never know the difference. Because what I'll do next week is I'll make sure I have some fucking eye drops right here so that I can see, one. And two, I'm going to the doctor if this shit is worse than it is right now. If it's bad tomorrow, I'm going to the doctor. So don't you guys worry. But yeah, man, make sure you go and check out everything that I told you today. We got so much content out there for you. I didn't even remember to tell you about Blake's video about Scream that's over on Nerds at Night channel on YouTube. So make sure you go check that out as well. You know what I mean? You can find me. So sorry. You can find me right here on the Drunk Bantha channel and Nerds at Night. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram, Drunk Banthas or Nerds at Night. That's all you have to type in. You can type it in Google. You can type it in your search on your Apple iPhone. You can tell ChatGPT to look us up. You can do whatever you want, but you got to look for us and you got to find us, baby. If you enjoyed yourself here today, please like, please subscribe. I am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill, and this is the Bantha Bunch Show. You know what? I can do better than that. This is Drunk Banthas. This is Nerds at Night. And this is the Bantha Bunch Show with your favorite cousin's favorite cousin. Let's go say it together. The Bantha Bunch Show. Let's go. And good night.